Hello, hello, guys. Good afternoon, good morning in some parts of the world. Welcome to my it's not an old series. It's a not a new series, but an old series. But I'm using this platform to do another 30 days of my Go Live series. Basically, trying to show you how I built this business, and maybe some of you guys can relate, and we can be business partners. Hello, guys. My name is Coach Jonathan Francis. I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and still a full-time registered nurse. And I will show you um, how I build it around my full-time career. So the very first, today's day one. So I will show you why I started something on the side while working as an RN. Right, this is not going to be a long series, but this is going to be, shorter ones. So I didn't start a business because I hated nursing. No, my passion, my very first passion is to help other people. And when I became a registered nurse, that kind of fulfilled that passion. It's still a calling because I still love serving patients, serving their families, helping them get well. And I started a business because I realized that one career should not have to carry every dream that you have. You shouldn't be tied in one income, because you can build something on the side while doing your career, your passion, your full-time job. So I had a career. I had a career most people will say would consider to be successful. It is, most medical folks, most registered nurses, they get paid well. And I'm fortunate enough to go through the training, go through schooling for that, and we are getting paid a lot. But it it takes a toll in our body, in our emotions, in our time with our family, because here, let me ask you guys a question. Do you feel like the higher you get paid, the higher your bills get? Right? Comment I agree down below. Anyway, I started it because I realized that um, if you depend solely on one income, you're close to being poor. You're close to poverty. Why? Because the simple fact that if you rely solely on your income, one income, and then something happened with that the source of income, you're pretty much toast. Where are you gonna get, the payment for your bills? Where are you gonna get, who's gonna pay for the mortgage? Who's gonna put food on the table if you don't have enough savings, right? How can we uh, how can we create an emergency fund if we barely make it every single paycheck? Make sense? Comment I agree down below. Thanks, guys. So nursing, nursing gave me stability, a purpose, and a good income. That feeling that I want to do. I just don't want to earn. I want to do something for other people, and that gave nursing gave that to me, and so was this business, and I was that simple statement from patients, many patients, that says, "Thanks, John, for taking care of me." That kind of, I know you guys can relate, for those of you who are registered nurses, who are doing customer service. You know what I'm talking about, right? But I realized a good career doesn't automatically create the life that you want. Okay, personal example. We are getting paid a lot as nurses compared to other folks. Well, thank you for that. But the thing is, sometimes the dream, your ideal dream, your ideal retirement, your career doesn't provide that. Even though you're a physician, even though you're engineer, that career will not get you to your dream life when you retire. Why? There are always bills, there are always insurance, there are always blah 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 that we have to pay. If we don't create another source of income while we're loving the career that we chose, it's not, it's going to be harder, you know. That's the reason why some people are working multiple jobs. Some people are, even though they have two full-time jobs. I'm working with another nurse who has a full-time with us, who has two part-time, and doing a side hustle. You know why? Because they have responsibilities. She has to uh, provide for her own family, and she has to to help out and send money to the Philippines. You know how hard that is. You are just missing time with your family. You're missing, you know, some important milestones if you have children, and so on and so forth. So that's, sorry, that's my dog. That's the reason why having another source of income that can generate while you're living your life, it's the wisest thing to do, right? So, more income often meant picking up more hours for employees in general. More income, you know, if we want more, that means you're picking up OT, you're picking up overtime, you're picking up calls, because you are getting paid when you clock in and clock out. Your income is based on that. Your income is based on the hours that you are in your job. Make sense? So why not create something, create a business? I can show you how, where you don't have to do that. You can work your normal hours and solely don't depend on those hours where you have to pick up shift, right? Personal example, for those of you who know me, um, I had two other per diem jobs while working my full time. So I got burned out. And luckily, after the global crisis, I discovered this business, and this business been sustaining my family since 2022. And yeah, I can give you all the details if you guys connect with me. All right. Eventually, you know, I asked myself, is working more really the only option? This was pre global crisis, where everything closed. You know, as a registered nurse, we were sent all over the place, different floors, different work, and sometimes got sent home because there's no work during those crises. And I asked myself, working is not the only option. You know, everybody's online. I was gonna do another traditional business, but I realized it's the same thing. If I do another traditional business, it's going to be the same thing. You know, so I decided to check out the online space. And how glad I did that, because I found this business back in May, end of May of 2022. You know, like what I said, I didn't want another job. I wanted to build an asset. I want to create a skill where it can uh, uh, what do you call this? I can sorry guys, blank here. I wanted to create another skill that can help me create another source of income. I've seen many businesses online. I already saw probably 71, I think 71 or 81. A lot. I still have it saved, bookmark on my phone. The 82nd or the 72nd, I found this company. I found it a video of my mentor, and then I just took action. I want to find more. You know, I want to find more. I want to get the details, not just whatever I read online, whatever some people, you know, talked about it. No, I want to find more. I want to see it on my own eyes. So I did. I took action. I took the step number two, where you become a member. And yeah, and after that, off I go. I created my store. I created everything, and then it took about. I went through the training. It took about maybe a week, 2 weeks, till my business started rolling. and I wanted to, I wanted to do that because I wanted to create something. And this business, I based it on how long they have been in existence. This company is 52 years now. And if they are not legit, guys, they will not exist that long. Makes sense, right? So I took action. I trusted the process, and here I am. I became a coach maybe a year something ago, and I've been helping people um go through the same process as I did. I didn't know everything when I started. I started scared. I know some of you guys can relate. Oh, I don't have any social media marketing skills. I'm not tech savvy. I don't even know how to copy and paste, blah, blah, blah. Guys, you will not know if you don't find out. I started scared. I my background is in the medical field, and I started anyway because my dream is bigger than my fear, and that's the reason why I started. And don't worry about guidance because I will be your direct coach and your direct mentor throughout the process. Okay, and then you will have accountability partners. You will have a community of 300,000 people globally around the world. And if you have questions, you can connect with those people. Well, connect with me first, right? I'm responsible with you for with your training and your knowledge, everything else. So I built this business, and I'm also registered here in Las Vegas, guys. So I built this business while doing my full time job. And then some people will say, "Oh, I don't have any time. I don't have any time for that." Yes, you do. We all have 24 hours. You can put aside probably about 1 to 2 hours in the beginning of your business on the side in chunks. So you can break it down to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. And then have a time block at night if that's your open space. And then go through the training, go through the weekly masterminds and all of that. And like what I said, I'm here to guide you. So the biggest change for me wasn't money. It was realizing I could create something outside of my profession, which is working for me since 2022. If you if you ever thought there has to be something more, follow this 30 days series. This is day one. So I will be dropping a short go live video every night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, connect with me. Once again, I can guide you through the process. Thanks, guys, for watching. Once again, this is Coach Jonathan Francis. See you in day number 2.